Wow, what a card! We had a great card put on by Matchroom today. We had just an awesome card. I'm gonna speak about the main event now. I'll make some more videos on the other matches like Takam and Director Shaw, which was a great match. We had Nigel Ben who redeemed himself with the victory. I forgot the girl's name. Yeah, I'll get into it later, but let's get into the main event right now. It was a great main event. It At the start of the fight, you could see off the jump that Parker was the faster man. His hand speed was just far superior to White. White's jabs were landing a lot, and Parker struggled to. Parker threw some right hands, and they weren't hit. They weren't connecting with White properly. When White threw right, will hit Parker more often than Parker threw it, because with Parker, Dillian Whyte was able to just brush him off. Like, he'll get a hand there, so he won't feel the full effects. He'll get out of the way just in time. The first couple rounds, it was exciting to watch. It was a good boxing fight to watch. Like I said, the speed advantage you can see straight to Parker. Dillian Whyte still has these balance issues which he got to work on. Dillian Whyte also needs to work on not throwing these wild looping hooks. Like, it's dangerous. A lot of people will catch him out. In this fight, Parker. One thing about him I can say is he showed fantastic ability. He has the ability. He has the speed. He has the feet work. He has a decent. He has a pretty good chin. He took some big punches, and the problem is he lacks that killer instinct. And in this fight, Parker got dropped twice. He got dropped once in the what round was it? I think it was in the 8th or 9th round, and Dillian Whyte got dropped in the 12th. You can see from the 6th round onwards that Dillian Whyte was completely tired. I'm not sure if it was the extra. It was probably was the extra weight that he had on in this fight, because you can see in the fight as well, Dillian Whyte was just so much bigger than Parker, like just a bigger person than him. Parker never pushed it. That's one thing the commentators were saying. That's one thing I was thinking. Dillian Whyte was tired, so Parker should have pushed it a lot more. Because when Parker did push it, he did look good. He looked like he could fight decently on the inside. He fought pretty well. Let me talk about the first knockdown. The first knockdown came, I think it was like in the 3rd or 4th round, and it was, I didn't think it was knockdown at all. I think Parker more so slipped. Parker didn't look hurt. And one thing I can say about Parker, when he got dropped later on in the fight, he had good recovery. Because Parker, it was a flush left hook. It was similar to the left hook he delivered to Lucas Brown. It was like that sort of same left hook. It was like a flush left hook, rocked Parker. But Parker got right back up and he was fighting. He was fine. Like, he recovered from it really well. It was just it was a great card. You can see towards the end, 12th round, Dillian Whyte was so tired, and he was trying to just see it out. He was still throwing big punches though. Dillian Whyte was still throwing big punches, because like I said, Dillian Whyte was tired from the 6th round onwards. You can see his mouth was open, he was breathing, but he still managed to knock Parker down like in the 8th or 9th round. So you can still see Dillian Whyte still had the power. I think Dillian Whyte got Parker's respect early on in the fight, as Parker may have been more hesitant to go in and go for it. You can see Kevin Barry was in the corner trying to get Parker to do more, because Parker could have done more. Like, he could have done a lot more in the fight. There was times where it was like he should press it, he should push it, but he didn't. It was just a very good fight, like we all expected. I think a lot of people were 50-50 on the fight. Also, it was that 12th round. Like, I kind of felt like Parker was gonna go for it in that 12th round, and he went for it. He tried more in the 12th round than he did in any other round, and you could see it, because Dillian Whyte was so tired. Parker just pushed it and he went for it. And when he dropped Dillian Whyte, there was like 22 seconds left. And I thought, it was, I don't know if you guys remember a couple of years ago when, it was like a while ago now, but when Carl Froch had that fight, I forgot the guy's name because I'm so excited right now. When Carl Froch had that fight, and in the 12th round, he was losing all the rounds in the 12th round, and Carl Froch came back and won the fight. This is what I thought it was going to be, because Dillian Whyte was so tired. That's what you got to understand. Dillian Whyte wasn't doing much. From the 8th round onwards, he was still winning the rounds. Yeah, he was winning some of the rounds, but he wasn't doing much. You could just see he was physically just tired. And when he dropped him, you can see Dillian Whyte, I don't know if he was really hurt, or if the fatigueness got to him. I felt like it was obviously it's a mixture of the both, but I felt like the fatigueness played a huge part in him going down. It was a good punch though. And Parker just sort of tried to pounce in the last second, and he was about to get him. And Dillian Whyte was he just held on to him for dear life with the last like 10, 5, 6 seconds left, and he survived it. And it was just such a good fight. If anyone hasn't watched it, I recommend you go back and try to watch this fight. It was just it was a good fight. It was wild. That 12th round was just wild. It was crazy. I really thought Parker might just nick it and just drop him when Dillian Whyte went down. Dillian Whyte is someone who, to beat a Dillian Whyte, you have to completely knock him out like AJ did. You got to knock him out to a point where he's not going to get up, because Dillian Whyte is someone, to me, who he's so mentally strong in his box and stuff that he's always going to get up. If he can, he will always get up. He's never going to stay on the floor. No matter how hurt he is, he's always going to get up if he can. You got to completely buzz him for him not to get up, like knock him out for him not to get up. That's similar like a Wilder. I think Wilder's so mentally strong. If Wilder ever does lose a fight, or when he does lose a fight in the future, it'll be something that knocks him completely out where he can't get up from, or referee stops it. Because on their own accord, fighters like a Dillian Whyte or Wilder or like an AJ, they're not going to just stay on the floor. They're always going to get up. If they're fighting them, if they're life in them, they're always going to get up. So yeah, it was just great. Good for both men. They both did very well in this fight. It was a risky fight. It was a 50-50 fight. This loss does not define Parker. Like, it's 2 losses. Parker's still young. Like, Dillian Whyte is 30. You got to understand, Parker's 26 years old. Parker's not super old. Parker's made loads of money for the last 2 fights. Parker could now like go back. Maybe he can work his way back up. Parker's still a good fighter. He just got to work on having that killing instinct, being more aggressive. That's what he's got to work on. I think that's why AJ probably picked Dillian Whyte to win the fight before, because he's been in the ring with Parker. He knows that he's not aggressive enough to beat a Whyte who's a very aggressive. Because Whyte is an aggressive fighter. Come at both men. Like I said, a loss does not define you. In boxing, I fight nowadays, it's, oh, you lost a fight, so your career is over, or you lost a fight, so now you're done. It's not you're done. It's great dudes all the time. Ali was never undefeated. Foreman was never undefeated. Klitschko was never undefeated. Who else we got? A lot of these boxers were just not undefeated. People lose fights. It happens, you know. I feel like, and sometimes it's so pushed on that you have to be undefeated. You have to be undefeated. If not undefeated, oh, you're rubbish. Like, Lennox Lewis he lost 2 fights. Yeah, he avenged them, but he lost fights. Like, people lose fights. It happens. You can always bounce back. The route for Parker now is gonna be a bit longer. It's gonna have to work his way back up, but he can get back there. I feel like he beats a lot of people in the heavyweight division. Dillian Whyte is looking at possibly a championship match now. I still think AJ beats him. I think AJ just improved so much as a fighter, using his long jab at range now. I feel like I said earlier, Dillian Whyte's balance issues he needs to work on, and his wild punches he needs to work on, because Dillian Whyte has a problem in throwing these wild hooks, and someone could catch him out here with a dirty uppercut. And the balance, Dillian Whyte, he has like these balance issues where he's just really off balance. Hopefully Dillian Whyte loses a bit of weight for his next fights, so he can up in his stamina. You can really see in these fights here, towards the second half of this fight, he was really tired. Like, he was extremely tired. I'm surprised Parker didn't press it, but congrats to both men. Thanks for watching the video. I'll be back with another one. Bye. I'm out.